What am I thinking?
You're thinking that you want to know me.
I want to know you.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like you.
I will let you keep thinking about those naughty things that you're thinking about.
Okay.
I found it a bit pretentious. However, I've been last night in the Ivy.
Says a lady in High Street fucking Kensington. Pretentious. I mean, hey, you picked like the most pretentious place in London to strut around.
Okay, you can say that I like a bit of both.
You like a bit of both?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
The rough with the smooth.
I like that combination.
Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, you just can't seem to make women feel sexually attracted, and the harder you try to be sexually attractive, the less it seems to work? Here's the truth. Attraction isn't about trying harder. It's about aligning yourself with the flow of reality. In this video, I'm going to show you how to tap into the principles of reality transurfing, a powerful framework for shaping your reality to naturally and effortlessly attract the women you want. Bro, have you ever noticed that the more you obsess over something, whether it's a person, a job, an outcome, the harder it seems to get? That's because you're giving it too much importance, and the excess importance that we place onto things creates an emotional imbalance, and this emotional imbalance puts us into a state of lack. Reality transurfing refers to this as being hooked by a pendulum. A pendulum, in simple terms, is anything that steals your attention and drains you of your energy. So think of a sports team, the news, a girl who doesn't text you back. I remember when I was in my final year of university back in 2018, there was this girl that I was really into, and I overthought everything. What to say, what to wear, how to impress her. I'd send these long texts, which looking back now, is fucking embarrassing. I would constantly be trying to make plans with her, but the more effort I put in, the less interested she seemed to be. And then one day I just got to a point where I was so frustrated, I was so fed up that I decided to just stop giving a shit. Instead of obsessing over her, I focused my attention elsewhere. So going to the gym, spending time with friends, diving into my hobbies. And then a funny thing happened. Once I stopped chasing, once I stopped placing so much importance on getting this girl, she ended up texting me out of the blue, asking what I was up to. When you overvalue someone, you create resistance, which pushes them away. Instead, we want to let go of this excess importance by focusing our attention on our own lives. What I found to be true is women are naturally drawn to men who don't rely on validation from other people, and you become powerful once you stop caring, because the man who needs nothing attracts everything. So dude, the next time you find yourself obsessing, overthinking about a woman, shift your focus. Ask yourself, what can I do for myself right now that will make me feel fucking amazing? Gym, martial arts, getting outside, doing some cold approaches, reminding yourself there are plenty more women out there. You don't need to be obsessing over this one individual. You don't need to be placing all of this importance onto her. The less you need her, the more she'll want you. In reality transurfing, the author talks about two powerful concepts: inner and outer intention. Think about inner intention as your personal willpower. It's your attempt to force things to happen using effort, control, or manipulation. Inner intention is when you're thinking, what can I do to make this happen? How can I make her like me? How can I impress her? What do I need to say or do to get her attention? Inner intention often creates unnecessary struggle because it's you fighting against the natural flow of life. Think of it like trying to swim upstream. When you constantly overthink how to impress a woman or try to control every interaction, it can come across as needy or unnatural, which often pushes her away. To become sexually attractive, we instead want to focus on outer intention. Outer intention is about aligning with the flow of reality rather than trying to force things. Instead of asking, what can I do to make this happen? Outer intention asks, how can I align myself with the reality where this naturally happens? What version of myself would naturally attract what I want? Outer intention taps in to a bigger force, the natural flow of life and opportunities. It shifts your focus from trying to control the outcome to trusting that the outcome will align with your energy and actions. Now, when I first started studying reality transurfing, I found a lot of these principles difficult to understand. So let me give you some real life practical examples so you know how to implement what I've just taught you in real life situations. 1. Shift your focus. Make the interaction about having fun rather than trying to impress her. When speaking with a woman, if you're operating from inner intention, you're focused on saying the perfect thing or trying hard to make her like you. This creates pressure and anxiety, which makes the interaction feel unnatural. But when you're operating from outer intention, you're focused on enjoying the moment and having fun. You've let go of the need to impress her or try and force her to feel something. When you're relaxed, playful, and confident, sexual tension will build naturally. And the reason this works is because when you're not trying to control the outcome, you're free to be authentic, which is more attractive than being calculated or rehearsed. 2. Build magnetic energy by shifting focus to your reality. When interacting with a woman, if you're operating from inner intention, you're overly focused on her, analyzing every word she says, worrying about what she's thinking, or trying to keep her attention. But when you're operating from outer intention, you shift your focus to yourself. Instead of worrying about whether she likes you, you focus on becoming someone who naturally commands attention. This means being fully engaged in your life and having excitement in your life that isn't her. The reason this works is when she sees that you're confident, social, and fulfilled without needing her validation, it creates intrigue because you're not like every other guy who's kissing her ass. And number 3, use your body language to signal confidence and sexual energy. When interacting with a woman, if you're operating from inner intention, you try to compensate with words, over-explaining, over-apologizing, or nervously filling silences. This gives off insecure energy. But when you're operating from outer intention, you let your body language do the talking. You stand tall, you maintain eye contact, and you don't fidget. You also use pauses and slow movements to create a sense of control and mystery. And the reason this works is when you act like you don't need to fill the space and you let the silence do the work, it creates a sense of tension and intrigue, which helps to build sexual attraction. When you stop chasing and start aligning, you're no longer creating resistance. Instead, you tap into the version of yourself that naturally attracts the women that you want. In my experience, needy energy is one of the biggest killers of attraction. Neediness signals that you're chasing something outside of yourself to feel whole, and this creates a repelling energy. In reality transurfing, the solution to this lies in understanding excess potential and balancing forces. When you cling too tightly to the idea of wanting her, you create excess potential, which reality then seeks to neutralize. The result? Your desperation pushes her away. To create sexual attraction, you must let go of neediness and instead cultivate a state of confidence, self-sufficiency, and magnetic energy. Let me show you how to do this. 1. Stop seeking her validation. Needy energy often comes from constantly looking for reassurance, whether it's from her texts, from her compliments, or from her attention. When you base your sense of self-worth on her responses, you give away your power. How to shift this? Instead of thinking, does she like me? Ask yourself, do I like her? Assess whether she's genuinely a good match for you rather than trying to prove yourself to her. Example, on a date, instead of nervously trying to keep the conversation going, relax and let things flow. If there's a pause, sit confidently in the silence rather than scrambling to fill it. 2. Build a fulfilling life outside of her. Remember, beautiful women are a beautiful byproduct of a beautiful life, and women are naturally drawn to men who have direction, who have excitement in their lives that isn't her. If you're overly focused on her, it's a sign that you don't have things going on in your life right now. To break free from this, focus on building a life that energizes and excites you. How to do this? Pursue your passions. Whether it's fitness, hobbies, or professional goals, immerse yourself in activities that bring you joy. When you're passionate and driven, you radiate a magnetic energy that women find irresistible. Example, instead of sitting by your phone waiting for her to text, go to the gym, work on a creative project, or hang out with your friends. When you're focused on your own growth, you'll naturally become less dependent on her responses. 3. Practice detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop obsessing. When you let go of the need for a specific outcome, you create space which allows attraction to develop naturally. How to do this? Adopt an abundance mindset. Trust that there are countless amazing women out there, and this one interaction doesn't define your worth. When you stop clinging to the idea of this has to work out, you become more confident and relaxed, allowing sexual attraction to build more naturally. Example, if she doesn't text back right away, don't panic or overthink it. Detach from the outcome by reminding yourself that there are plenty more amazing women out there, and trust, if it's meant to be, it will happen. Now, let me finish off with a simple exercise from reality transurfing, which will allow you to start letting go of needy energy. 1. Visualize the outcome you want. Imagine the version of yourself who naturally attracts women effortlessly. See yourself as confident, relaxed, and magnetic. 2. Now shrink it down. Picture the situation as a tiny speck in the vastness of the universe. Realize that while it's important to you, it's not the end of the world. And 3, release excess potential. Say to yourself, this is just one possibility among many. I trust the flow of reality to bring the right people into my life. By practicing this, you'll reduce the pressure you place on yourself and the pressure you place on the interaction. A lot of the guys who I work with one-on-one, they view every approach, every interaction, every date that they have as a make or break situation. But by learning to let go, by practicing these principles, this is how we become attractive and magnetic. And if you want to see a real life interaction where I approach a girl who I don't know and instantly create powerful sexual attraction, then there's a video which has just popped up somewhere on this screen. Click that video, watch the interaction, and I'll speak to you in the next one.